Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to the COLONELBAT, where we talk about Batman films. Today we're talking about the darkest, most gothic Batman adventure yet, featuring the mysterious flying Florian.
Well, how is this the darkest adventure yet? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's just a random anthology of cartoons where there's like little kids gossiping about the Batman. Wow.
Listen, I improvised that on the spot. I was trying to do a play on dark gothic MAGA bit from Elon, which is everyone's favorite bit when he got up on stage and he said that. It was very funny.
Yeah, and then he became the Batman Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah. And also with us is the deadly accurate E-Rich shot.
Have I got a story for you? When I saw Batman, Batman was a little kid and he was running around and people were pretending to be punched by him and they were falling over and it was actually just a kid with cancer.
Oh, yeah. That sounds more like Bat-Kid Begins than...
Yeah.
Well, a merry little Batman. We got a little kid
Or merry
Batman.
little Batman, right?
I wish he had
not
cancer.
So merry.
Oh,
What?
geez.
Wow. I wish he had cancer in this one. This one was just a stupid anthology that wasted everyone's time.
Well, I don't know. I think this is I think there's 4 ones in this that I really like and 2 that I don't quite care for. Should we just go through them in order here, or?
Might as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, the first one is it's sort of like a really good episode of the animated series where there's these kids giving their stories about Batman and stuff, and I really enjoyed that one. You know, he fights the same villain across all of them. This creepy guy with the jetpack.
Wow, that was probably my least favorite one. Those kids were so goddamn snot-nosed and gangster. Oh my god.
Wow.
They're little skaters.
That was your least favorite one.
Yeah.
My
Couldn't
God.
stand them. They're so fucking hood-wise.
But they're
This is
so
probably
funny.
my favorite one.
Wow.
Just because I like the kids and I like the animation style and I like how it's told from 3 different perspectives and you get to see different versions of what Batman could be. And then the real one shows up and that kid then gets to have his version of what he saw.
Yeah.
And he's pathetic and wounded and he needs to be saved by the kids. Hell yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I like Batman being vulnerable for a little bit, and that especially goes in with one of the other shorts, which is just probably my favorite one, I guess, later on. But it's neat to see him kind of have to be helped out by people sometimes, you know, just on occasion. It's sort of
Which
like
one is it?
the later one when he gets stabbed, I like a lot. But I like it. It's sort of a Batman in my basement kind of moment, like from the animated show where he's some kids bring him into the basement and then the Penguin shows up.
Mhm.
Wow, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. But I mean, all 6 of these, they got Kevin Conroy, who's of course, you know, the best Batman voice actor. He's from that show, and it's great. And you get to see all these different anime studios kind of reinterpret the character.
I really wish they would have at least put like some through line connecting all the shorts, but I guess I didn't see anything like that.
I don't. Well, they don't really do that, but they kind of try to a little bit. Like the one right before the one where he's like really injured and stuff is like he gets bitten by Killer Croc and stuff. So it kind of like they make it sort of link up in that way. I think just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean the second one, he's sort of right at the start of a case, like a gang case kind of thing. The police are just getting in on this crime, and then in the next few, he's sort of working through like different crimes, but it feels very, very much like almost a progression through a storyline kind of thing.
Well, and then we have the last one where he's like training to be a monk or whatever.
Well,
Or was that
that's the second last one, but that's him remembering his past, though, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like that might have gone well at the start, but okay, I guess.
Well, it works better there because it's, even if it's not the same injury, he's like injured in the one before it, and then he's working through his issue.
Mhm.
Just always injured, just always got something to think about there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman would always be getting fucked up in various ways, and
Wow, just
Would-
constantly suffering.
probably remind him of other ways that he'd been fucked up in the past.
Yeah. I mean, I know in the comics a lot, sometimes they show him with all his scars and stuff, and he's got just tons and tons of horrible scars all over his body, so that's fun.
Wow. Didn't dodge all those projectiles, damn.
Yeah, it's hard.
So, have
work.
either of you seen Tekken Concrete, which is
No.
Don't think
a
I've
manga?
ever
And
heard of
it was adapted by the studio who did this as Studio 4C
Okay.
or 4 Degrees C. But yeah, I really like their animation style. So, anytime they did one of these shorts, I was into it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
which
like
one
the
did they
animation
do?
style. Well, they did this one, and then they did.
Oh, they did the first and the fifth one, yeah. So that's neat.
Fifth one, yep.
Yeah.
And actually, Brian Azzarello wrote the Working Through the Pain one, which is interesting.
Oh yeah.
I know he's written some Batman comics.
Yeah, he usually writes Batman stuff that I don't really care for, honestly, like Batman Damned
interesting.
and stuff. So Damned is pretty good, but he wrote like there's a weird Joker comic that I think is a bit grim, dark, and overly edgy and
did
stuff.
he do the? Oh yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
know which one you're talking about, but I don't think I've read that one. No.
Yeah, I think Damned is a sequel to that. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember.
That's the one where he hangs dong, right?
Yeah, that's the famous one where you can see his dick for a second. So,
Wow.
Florian, did
and
you
it
know
became-
this?
That's how you get famous in Batman, huh?
We have
Yeah.
canonically seen in Batman's dick.
Well, they
I mean, I assumed that would have happened at some point, sure.
yeah
Okay.
they
I mean,
they
he's-
announced a
he's
whole
probably
new
done everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a whole new DC Comics label, the Black Label Comics, for when they want to do these dark and gritty and adult kind of comics. And then the moment there's even a suggestion of Batman dick, they go back on the whole thing. And now I think they just use that label to re-release Watchmen and stuff. I don't think they even do new ones anymore. So
What's wild to me is that it's like, if they didn't intend to show his dick, they wouldn't have drawn it, right?
well, yeah, I mean, clearly it got through all of the approvals. Clearly, it was in the comics.
Right.
They shipped
Oops,
physical
fully
ones
drawn
to people, and then like they got made fun of by like Jimmy Fallon and went back on the whole thing and scribbled it out in all the future printings and everything. So it's
Pretty epic.
It's,
Well, I
it's
mean,
sad.
I guess clearly the artists tried to get away with it, or maybe they didn't realize how uptight everyone was gonna be about it.
I mean, it might
wonder
be
if they had,
revealing
like-
how bad the approval process is at DC that they got that in there and no one even like looked. So
I wonder if they had like intense discussions about like length and shape and you know, like
Well, clearly
His
not,
dick is
since
too
only
small.
probably
Yeah,
one person only did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun thing. But for this first short film, I guess one of the coolest bits of it is that all of the kids have a different interpretation of what Batman is and how he works.
Mhm.
There's the first one thinks he's like a spooky ghost almost.
melts into the shadows and like he's like this monstrous creature that
Yeah.
Yeah, but
operates
really they're all just liars for no reason. They're just like
No,
completely
they're kids.
making it up.
Yeah.
Oh, come
They're
on.
kids,
He's
Florian.
Batman. The whole point is to project this kind of image, so yeah, kids are gonna think all
Yeah.
sorts of
Wow.
things about him.
No, they were like talking like they saw like God or something. It's crazy. I can't believe they would just lie about him, okay? Well, can't we trust kids anymore these days?
Batman is a man who projects the image of a god. That's kind of his whole point, is to make himself so much larger than life and stuff. So
Like, I guess people lie about God all the time as well, but damn, I thought
They
like if
do.
they really saw God, they probably would be sincere about it, but I guess not.
Florian, a lot of people say that God directly talks to them all the time.
yeah.
Well, how do you know he doesn't? Jeez.
I mean, speaking of kids with cancer, there's all sorts of kids with like those near-death experiences, and they're just making shit up. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, what about Colton Burpo, Florian? He says he saw heaven for real.
I never heard of Colton Burpo specifically, but that's pretty good.
Look him up.
I guess Burp was not like a pretty trustworthy source.
Yeah. It's a very good name.
Yeah.
Heaven is for real.
Yes,
He was 3
heaven is
years
real.
old. Oh my god. I don't think
3
he's.
years.
You're not seeing shit at 3. Dying or not,
Uh-huh.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, definitely not.
He met Jesus riding a rainbow-colored horse. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean, what else would you use if you're Jesus?
I mean, yeah. Well, maybe like a bright white horse, or a one with spots on it. A rainbow one's just
Well,
unrealistic.
Well, it might have been Pride Month. You never know.
That's true. That's possible. You never know.
Yeah,
But yeah.
gotta bring out the rainbow horse.
Yeah. Which version of Batman in this first one is your favorite?
Well, I always love Man-Bat, so the one that is literally a Man-Bat.
Yeah, it's got to be Man-Bat.
That's
He's
cool.
just so cool.
Wait, was there one where he was killing them? I guess she made that up and then changed it.
She probably well clearly he didn't kill it because he's still fighting the same bad guy when he shows up at the end and stuff. So he didn't kill anyone. But it's
I guess.
I don't know
so.
if one of them
Damn.
said that like the robot blew him away. I don't quite remember.
Yeah. Well, yes. Someone said he murdered someone, and then the other guy corrected him.
Yeah.
And you must have been so happy to finally have it acknowledged again that Batman doesn't kill.
Yeah.
Your main gripe.
Well, this is technically a sequel to Batman Begins, kinda.
Wow.
I mean, it straight up is, I guess. You know, a lot of these even tie in
They
and have
definitely
some of the same
mentioned
plot
some of the
points.
things that happened in the movie.
Yeah. Even if it doesn't, I don't think it fits very well with, Kevin
No,
Conroy doing the
it's-
voice. And,
His costume is so different, and
yeah,
Kevin Conroy's
No
doing the
way.
voice.
yeah. But it is, I mean, that's within character for this Batman, even though he does totally kill people in those movies. But,
Mhm.
I still don't like
Oh,
that
yeah.
fucking, I'm not gonna save you thing. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After he's destroyed the train. Yep.
Yeah.
No obligation to save him there. You're right. Good job, Batman.
I gotta be honest, I found the second short film here kind of boring. It's basically just there's a gang shootout and Batman shows up and he stops them, which is it's fine.
The only thing that I like is that they've turned Daenerys into like a big Arkham Asylum, basically. which
Yeah,
is
that's fun.
So crazy. It's
Wait,
like
you had the-
Arkham City in the video games.
Yeah, you had the cops though. They were interesting. I thought.
Yeah, they're fun. I
Talked
think
about
they're. I want to say I like looked into it and they're actually characters who showed up in Dark Knight as well.
Yeah. So is Christmas Allen a character?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember the names of anyone in the Dark Knight movies, but apparently some of those are the same character who shows up, and they're like original Dark Knight characters and not.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I guess we.
So Christmas Allen becomes the Spectre,
Oh, that's fun.
which I've never heard of him really. Interesting.
Wow, how do you
I don't know
become the
anything about the
Spectre?
Spectre.
Did he have to die?
A supernatural cosmic being that embodies the divine wrath of God. So
That's wild.
that's pretty good.
The wrath of God in a Spectre? Wouldn't he be like an angel or something?
He
was
wears
in
the
The Dark
green
Knight Rises.
cloak, I guess.
Yeah.
Is he in
Wow,
Rises?
really?
He shows up.
Yeah, he's in The Dark Knight Rises. Not as
That's
the
fun.
Spectre, obviously, but as the character.
Okay. That's a weird character to like pull the name from if you're doing the most grounded Batman story you can.
Well, I mean, names are not ungrounded, so whatever.
It would be so funny
yeah.
if in the Nolan universe, all of this like crazy supernatural shit happens after Bruce Wayne retires as
Yes.
Batman. So like, what's
Superman
his name?
shows up.
Yeah, the Robin Superman, or no, the Robin Batman just like is facing like Killer Croc and all these like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Supernatural people.
take this into canon, the Killer Croc is real.
Yeah,
and he's
he
a
does show
scary
up,
ass
yeah.
fucking
Mhm.
thing. So, yeah,
Well, is he a scary ass fucking thing, or was Batman just affected
Well,
by
Batman,
the
yeah, he could have
fear
been
toxin?
fucked up on it. Yeah, that's
God,
true.
every time with that fear toxin, it's so lazy.
So I feel like right after, I feel like right after he defeats Killer Croc, he kind of like looks like a little guy, like he's just a guy with a skin condition. But
yeah, I mean,
when Batman sees him on fear toxin, he's a big crocodile man.
Yeah, it's very possible that he got like shanked by this fucking weird guy in the sewer, and you imagine the whole battle. So,
Wow, the poison wasn't real at all.
man. Yeah, I guess this one does start with the creepy flying guy. He gets arrested, so it does have connection. You know, it's all there.
Yeah.
Except for the last one, which doesn't really continue from the fifth one, but you know, that's fine. Because those are all really good anyway.
Almost continuous.
Yeah, you know, it's close enough. It's an anthology thing, you know? They gotta keep it loose a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess the next one, I don't even remember. The next one's weird. Because Batman is an anime twink, but he still sounds like Kevin Conroy with this very deep Bruce Wayne voice. So it's
wow.
That's the only thing I remember from it. It's just
These are so short. It's so easy to just completely forget one of them entirely.
Yeah.
It was an anime, really? Damn.
He looks like an anime guy.
I guess I remember him changing shape a lot.
Yeah.
How does this satellite thing work? It uses electromagnetics to like disrupt small arms fire, but how does that make any fucking sense?
I don't know.
Unless all of the guns have some kind of like electronic component in them, but like,
well, if it's an electromagnet, I guess it can use satellites to target individual guns, and then you send an electromagnet so targeted that it just disables the guns or something.
Wow.
The bullet just doesn't like move.
I guess so. I don't know.
But guns work on like concussive explosive force, where it's like an explosion happens and it pushes the bullet out of the gun. Like, I guess the electromagnetism is so fucking strong that it's not
make the firing pin
it's not gonna move,
go or whatever. I don't know.
Not move.
I don't know how guns work. But,
yeah, that definitely wouldn't happen. It's very nonsensical. Don't overthink it. It's a Batman.
In the Arkham games, you have him shooting he shoots little darts at guns, and that turns them off. So I don't know.
Wow.
Which we all know how that works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably easier for it to work if it's actually physically touching the gun. I don't know. You probably have all kinds of ways of disabling it. Maybe just electrifies it.
That
so
still does
for me
more sense. Yeah.
The satellite component of this is like insane.
Especially because
somehow
like the satellite would be so far away, it wouldn't even react in time if you shoot it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very strange, but he beats everyone up on the boat. So.
I think it's interesting that they like introduce this idea, and then the Dark Knight kind of like does a similar thing, where it's like Lucius Fox invents this crazy like technology that is able to like see or do things to everyone everywhere, and then is like, oh, I should be the only one who has access to this because it would be wrong for anyone else to. So.
No, I think he stops using it entirely, right?
No. I think Batman should use his satellite to watch everyone in the whole world at all times.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Mass surveillance. I'm pretty sure he does that. Isn't that what the Brother Eye thing or whatever?
Yeah, true.
No, I think he just uses the tower and spies from space, but I don't think he does anything actually to spy on people directly only from space.
Watchtower is kind of a satellite. Unless it's on the moon. Yeah. Sometimes they put it on the moon.
I prefer when it's a space station.
Yeah. It's kind of neat when it's on the... It's more cartoony if they have a moon base. But, yeah. I mean, there's a Martian on that team and stuff, so, you know.
I mean, it's probably equally cartoony, right? Well, the moon
it's all pretty silly.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can have a space station or a moon base. Like you could just make them, but
Yeah,
we haven't bought it yet.
It feels. I feel a moon base that all the cartoon characters go and they talk to each other and stuff, and they teleport to there, and I know it's a little silly, but I like it. I like all that stuff. So they should have done that in the Dark Knight trilogy. Have him go to the moon base at the end of Dark Knight Rises instead of to France or wherever. Hang out with Superman.
They'll never guess it. I guess he just went to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah. I want to say the suit in this third one shows up in the Arkham games and stuff. You can put it on and be this specific weird Batman suit.
Easter eggs.
Yeah. I don't even like the suit. I remember looking at it in all the games you can play it in and stuff, and I was like, no, I'm never gonna use this one. So I just didn't.
I mean, I swear I looked at the suits entirely in the Arkham games, and they all looked stupid.
I like their Batman
Except for
Beyond
the
one.
basic
It's
one.
very different.
I don't
from
like that
Batman
one
Beyond.
because Batman Beyond is like a twink. He's like small. He's
But for the suit
what's his
in
name? And then putting that suit on a big bulked up Batman just looks wrong to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just a different suit. Like, it's all detailed and stuff. They don't just make it like matte.
Yeah.
At least in Arkham Knight. That's the one that I like because it's very techy and stuff. I think that one looks neat. There's a few neat ones.
Yeah, it works better that it's techy looking. I think they did a matte one in the previous game.
Yeah, in
Has a
City
suit, I
it
think.
has a normal one, yeah.
Right.
More traditional Batman Beyond. You know, they were going to do a Batman Beyond animated Spider-Verse movie. That was like the first pitch from the Spider-Verse people, and then they went Sony because they said no.
Wow.
Man, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
really
would've
missed
been-
out on that one.
They missed out a lot. I mean, it's Warner Brothers with Batman, right? They're still going to make almost $1 billion off of every Batman movie forever, but that is a big, big failure, I think, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have still done it, even and still do the other thing too. Like, you should just do more Batman, I guess. But
They could, yeah. I'm sure after the last Spider-Verse, they're gonna give them a call again, try to get them to do that. So
I mean, maybe.
yeah, it'd
they
be
got
cool. I'd
time.
watch it. Yeah,
Or maybe they're done doing superheroes. Wouldn't
That's
that be
possible.
crazy?
or maybe they're all locked in on like 20 future pictures from Sony and stuff. You know.
Sony always messing with the rights, so nobody can do anything cool. Hell yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I think the fourth one out of these shorts is probably my favorite one because Scarecrow shows up and he looks really sick, and I love
Yeah, he looks
Scarecrow.
cool.
Yeah, he's got his if I remember, he's got like a big scythe or something in this one. It's great,
Wow, that is a strange choice.
and he has his hat, which he needs his hat. It completes the look. So, it's perfect.
Well, yeah, your other pet peeve has finally come true.
Mm-hmm. And you know, he's a. I like that they're just fucking kidnapping like religious people. They kidnap like one of the cardinals or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
wow. and after the Pope just died, these damn villains.
It's despicable, really. Yeah.
It's too soon.
They're interrupting the democratic process to elect the new pope.
Yeah, that's why they did it. It's crazy.
Yeah, he knows that this is a liberal pope, and he's not happy about the fucking direction that the Catholic Church has been going. That's Scarecrow's whole issue here.
Now he wants a new holy war,
Yeah,
going back to Jerusalem.
man, his weird fear cult here is just a cover story for his real Catholic schism that he has here.
Yep, finally.
Mm-hmm. And then and I like the bit where Gordon like offers to bring him in on the helicopter, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna go my own way," because he's
Wow.
Batman. I don't know.
He's gonna die. He's wounded.
Yeah, Well, and that's what the next one's all about, and that is it's probably the best one. I prefer the Scarecrow one because I love the Scarecrow, but the fifth one here is probably the best, just on a storytelling level. I think it's a really great kind of concept and thing that they did here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because he's been all injured and stuff, so he's got a, and I love the sort of flashback of him going to, is it India he goes to? He goes somewhere.
Let's see if it says.
Yeah, I don't know. But he ends up working through all of his, like, how he figures out how to, like, ignore the pain and stuff for long enough to get through fights, and that's all very neat.
It's awesome that they, like, it like, I don't know, that whole ignoring pain, like figuring out how to do that, like makes you feel more invincible, because if you're fighting someone and they're not like reacting to the hits, or they're not reacting to being stabbed, like it just seems like you're fighting someone who is unable to be armed.
Yeah, that would be fucking scary. That would be one of the scarier things the Batman could do, probably. So
yeah. I like when he's fighting and then the guy hits him on the back with a bottle, and he's just ignoring it entirely. You know, he could have died, but nope, doesn't care.
Which I don't know how much training you can do to, like, just not react to a massive hit to the head like that. But you know, he's Batman, so he's good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. How can you sleep on spikes? I mean, is that possible in real life? I feel like you'd just die.
No, you can, because it distributes the weight across them all and stuff. You can actually, that's like a thing. You can lay down on a bed of spikes.
That can't be a thing. Like, if
you can Google it, there's pictures of people doing it.
If they're actually sharp, there's no way that's gonna work.
Well, I don't know how sharp they make them, but
well, how
it would be bad, like sharp enough that it would hurt you really pretty bad if you just stepped on one. But you distribute your weight on all of them, and it's fine.
But then I guess you have to sit down really carefully so it doesn't penetrate anywhere. Damn.
Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a thing people do. Bed of nails and stuff.
Well, I guess if they're nails.
Yeah. You know, and they're all fine.
They should just put in real sharp nails, and then the guy just dies. Well, he just slides down and gets penetrated a million times.
They should have just killed off Batman in the flashback scene, yeah. And then just not acknowledge that he just died in the flashback and just have him still around. That'd be fun.
Yep. That's what they should do, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And,
yep. The woman just pranked him, and the spikes were all sharp.
Yeah, she pranked him real good and killed him in a foreign country where no one will ever find him. So, that's good.
Pretty epic.
Yeah.
And then the neighbor kids show up, and then they throw rocks at her. Yep.
Yeah. That's a mean thing to do. They shouldn't be doing that. Throwing rocks.
It's really deadly. It's crazy.
Yeah.
She was really bleeding, and they just kept going.
Yeah, rocks are hard. That's the point. When you throw them at people, they're just scary.
Yeah, people used to be so savage until Jesus taught them that only the one without sin should throw the first rock. You know.
Mm-hmm. These people didn't get the memo, though. They're still doing it 2,000 years on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people got the memo briefly, but then they went on Holy War, so it didn't really help that much. At least they don't throw rocks anymore.
Yeah. There are places where they still throw rocks, I'm sure.
Well, Christians? I don't think so.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure if you go to, I don't know, super hardcore Christian places in Africa or something, they're probably still throwing rocks at people.
Oh, right. Well, I don't know. They've just been missionaried. I don't know. They probably don't count.
Damn. Then that means those missionaries failed then if they don't count. Because they're not going to heaven.
What are they going to do? They're just going to force someone to convert. Yeah, how good is that going to work out?
They thought it would work really well. That was like their whole thing for centuries.
Well, I mean, it worked well for them getting more money from donations, I guess.
Yeah. The Mormons are still doing that. You got to send them in pairs so they can watch each other. Make sure they don't jerk off.
I don't fucking get how that's still around. Like, Jesus.
No
And
one
how's
Can you
it
just
still
wait until the
allowed?
other guy falls asleep?
Probably.
Why would they fall asleep? What are you talking about?
Well, because they.
Oh, but
Well,
jerking
Yeah,
off, right?
when they send them
okay.
both together, they have to
Yeah.
like sit in the same hotel room and stuff and just watch each other at all times
Mhm.
to make sure they don't jerk off.
I'm pretty sure they're jerking off. Jesus.
No, they're not. I don't think they're allowed to, Mormons. I don't think that's like part of the point.
Well, yeah, but they got all kinds of dumb rules. I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
nobody. I mean, can you even go without jerking off for your whole life? Is that even possible?
Yeah,
I think you
probably.
suffer some, it's possible, but I think you suffer some ill effects.
Some
Yeah.
blue balls.
You're only
Deadly
supposed
blue
to do
balls.
semen retention for like 2 years at a time, then it turns deadly. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
Florian, you
know.
showed me the video of the guy who was doing all the semen retention or whatever.
Well, I
So,
don't know. He didn't seem that well. I should check up on him, I guess.
go see what he's doing. Yeah.
I mean, I tried it for a few days and then I couldn't do it anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's supposed to make you sharp and focused. I don't think that's not why the Mormons do it though. It's because it's immoral.
Well, it's so they stay obedient, I guess.
Something like there's some whole reason I'm sure, but yeah. You know. But yeah, they should do a Mormon Batman where he's just a very strongly convinced Mormon.
Have you seen the movie Heretic?
No. I don't think
It's
so.
about these two Mormon girls that get trapped
Oh, I saw
by
that movie.
by a serial killer, and he's trying to troll them so hard with his atheism.
Okay.
It's so epic.
That sounds pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's like a Reddit r atheism user decided to take out his ill feeling on youngsters.
Well, I hope he does it on Mormons only, because they probably deserve it for just ringing everyone's doorbell all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with them.
It sure is.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I
Like
might
they-
have to watch this movie though if it's about like a Reddit atheist. That sounds pretty good.
Oh, it is so good. It was so epic.
Yeah.
God, what was the name of the guy?
Topher
you know,
Grace.
Well,
is
it's no, Topher Grace isn't in it. It's wait, he's not in it, is he?
It says he's in it on the Wikipedia. He's not the
What's his
main
name?
evil guy.
Right.
Elder
Hugh
Kennedy.
Grant is the original.
Yeah,
the
Hugh
main
Grant.
one.
Yeah.
Like, Hugh Grant makes the best serial killer ever. He needs to play that role exclusively forever.
What does he normally? I don't know what Hugh Grant's in. I don't think.
Like, I guess he played like that Bridget woman who falls in love with the horny guy. He's the horny guy.
Okay. I don't know.
Wow, I can't even remember her name now. That's crazy.
Bridget Jones's Diary.
That's the one, yeah.
Okay. It was in
Yeah.
Love Actually. A bunch of stuff that I would not have seen. He should
He's
play
in all kinds of love movies, but then he's the best serial killer I've ever seen. So that's shocking that he's
Yeah.
wasted all his time being lovable.
Yeah. They got to get these people all in Marvel movies, so I have more of a frame of reference for all these random actors. He can play when the Fantastic Four go from their universe to the main universe. He can play the main universe Galactus. That'd be great.
Wow.
And then I'd have a perfect frame of reference for exactly who he is compared to all the other Marvel actors.
He needs to do that specifically for you, even though you don't know who he is at all.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yep.
Yeah. Although it gets weird with voice actors though, and they're not casting a guy to physically play fucking Galactus. So
Well, they cast the guy to be Thanos, you know. Like,
yeah,
he's
they're
the face, you
that's
know?
true. They might have mocapped whoever they went with for Galactus. It was a pretty big name, I thought they got for Galactus, if I remember right. It was someone
I'm
who
pretty
it's
sure-
Ralph Ineson, yeah, who does, very good voice kind of guy. So
Wait, what is Galactus in? Is he in the upcoming thing?
yeah, he's in the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, well,
He
that
eats,
sounds fun.
He eats planets. That's his thing, and he has
Wow.
the Silver Surfer. So
Yeah, the sexy Silver Surfer that I've seen everywhere.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer's a woman now.
yeah, Disney's gone
And they
too
kill
woke
women,
this
yeah.
time. They made Silver Surfer a
Mhm.
woman.
Wait, does he have his dick out normally?
No,
No,
it's just smooth down there like
he's
a Ken doll.
he's like a Ken doll, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he got breasts now. Cool. That's,
Yeah,
that
but
makes
they're
sense.
smoothed over like a Barbie doll.
Well-
So
Well, sure, but still.
yeah, you know, and it's not. They didn't make Norin Rad female. They just used the other Silver Surfer character who was already a woman in the comics, so it's fine.
I mean, that's fine with me.
Yeah,
They could do the whole thing with women. That'd be fine too.
yeah. I don't really mind. They can do. I feel like they could do a lot with the Silver Surfer before I got upset about it. They could change a whole lot, but I don't know.
I mean, normally it's interesting when they change things. I don't know why people get so upset.
Yeah, it's a whole thing on Twitter and everything forever. But you know,
Yeah, people need to learn to let it go.
yeah.
You know, let the artists be artists.
Mhm.
Unless when they would do anthologies, okay? They gotta stop that.
Yeah. You're so mad about these art styles, and once again, the art styles have become a problem.
Were we talking about Batman today?
Yeah,
I completely
love
forgot.
Batman. But yeah, so I don't know. The last short here is about Deadshot, which is pretty sick. You know, Deadshot's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I
He's got
remember.
such magical bullets that always hit, unless Batman reflects them. How does he catch a bullet from a sniper rifle, Batman? How does it? It's so bullshit.
Because he's so sick, you know. Does
It's
he catch
impossible.
a bullet? Like, I thought
Yeah,
he just
Gord-
deflected them all and
Gord-
stuff.
Gordon is no, he reflects it. Yeah, but Gordon is too dumb to put his head down, and then Deadshot shoots him from the train, and the Batman swoops from the building and reflects the bullet. There's no
Yeah.
fucking way you could get that timing right. Like
He's
Deadshot could have.
Batman. He's so good at what he does. That's like
Timing
one
is
of the
his whole
coolest
thing,
scenes.
Florian.
Yeah.
If Batman
Deadshot
has
could
enough time, he can do anything.
could have shot a second earlier or later. He would have not known.
No.
You know.
You know. I mean, that's Batman. He's so fucking cool, and he's so good at what he does. That's like one of
Yeah,
the
he
coolest scenes you can do in a Deadshot story is have him fucking intercept one of the bullets and make him miss.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Yeah. It's
No
sick.
realism.
And Deadshot, I really love the art style in this whole one too. It just looks really nice. There's like thicker lines on everything and stuff. I'd watch
Yeah,
like a
I liked it.
whole show with this specific style.
With that style. Who did it? Madhouse, it looks like.
Yeah, Madhouse. It says. I don't know anything about anime studios. They did One Punch Man, so. Although
Okay.
for most anime, they just take the style of the manga, right, and just sort of adapt it. They're not
Yeah,
really doing
for the
their,
most
like,
part.
house style.
Oh, they did Death Note. Oh shit.
No, yeah.
Wow.
Perfect Blue is. Oh yeah, that's like a David Lynch movie,
Oh, I
right?
love Perfect
But
Blue.
anime. Yeah.
What's
I gotta
Perfect
watch that.
Blue?
It's like a
Yeah, it's a
David Lynch movie, but anime, I think.
Oh,
Something like that. It's like a very creepy psychological movie and stuff, but anime.
I mean, maybe I should watch that. I wonder if that's on Crunchyroll.
It's very good, and
Probably.
it like basically predicted how terrible our online culture is.
Wow,
It's amazing.
Mhm.
too close to home
Yeah. Everything's too close to home.
nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everything's gonna be terrible. We're
Mhm.
gonna have fascism and AI uprising, and also we're gonna be on our phones all day.
Yeah. That's what you get from you watch Black Mirror for that one to talk about how bad our phones are.
Well, yeah, I guess so, but I've never
Yeah.
watched that one, so maybe I should.
Oh. Well, you have no idea.
Yeah, well, I don't use phones, so I guess it.
You don't-
You don't,
You don't
use,
use
phones?
I mean, I guess I use it a lot more now, but I used to never. I used to do everything on my computer.
Okay. And I'm sure you use it to call people. At
Every-
least. That's what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah, of course, but that's not
Yeah.
what we talk about. We talk about using
Well,
it
yeah,
for the
that's
for
like
the
scrolling
wrong.
social media or whatever for
Yeah,
hours.
using
Yeah.
it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Everything is computer for you.
Everything is computer. It's so true.
I mean, of course, I scroll too much on my computer. Yeah, that's. I guess I'd be pretty close to the Black Mirror.
Yeah. You see
I guess
the Black
the
Mirror.
screen actually is black too, so I guess
Exactly.
it makes sense.
When you watch the Black Mirror and the episode comes to a close and you're stuck with the black screen, that's when you realize the Black Mirror was in your home all along.
Oh no! I invited it in.
I hate when that
That's
happens.
the whole bit of the series, I think. That's the whole. That's the big moment. It's
Are
very
you
good.
supposed to watch it on your phone? Damn.
Well, that's how every screen it can be a Black Mirror.
The tweet about Black Mirror is, what if your mom ran on batteries?
Yeah. Yeah.
How strange! Wow.
Very, very good thought-provoking sci-fi they have on there.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's all very reductive and stuff. I'm sure there's some good ones in there, I'm sure. But
There are definitely good ones. I've watched them all, but I think it's so funny.
yeah, I just love its reputation. That, yeah, what if your mom's on batteries? Just stuff like that.
Batteries.
What if your mom ran on batteries? Yeah. Very good.
That is perfect.
Yeah. Apologies to all our British listeners, but
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't deserve to be made fun of by the Americans because the Americans are just so much worse right now.
well, your voice is just silly, you know. It's just some people have a silly voice, and sometimes entire nations and islands have silly voices too. So
No, that's not how it works, okay? The reason why we think voices are silly is because the people who use them are that way they are, you know? Like, that's why...
So you're saying
why...
if the British didn't act silly, then no one would make fun of their silly voices?
Well, if the British were still the core of the empire instead of having lost it to America, then everyone would be trying to emulate their voices, you know, and they really love it, you know. I mean, I guess there's some people still doing that, but everyone knows that it's like an empire gone, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, people make
gone.
fun of Southern accents and stuff too, and all sorts of ones from America. So
Well, yeah, those are the bad parts of America. Nobody was making fun of Hollywood, right?
yeah, I feel like people make fun of Hollywood as well quite often, especially
Well, not of
Hollywood.
the accents, at least.
Well, yeah, but that's just because they just speak like normal people. They have no accent at all in Hollywood.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you get a successful accent, is if you just become the norm.
Yeah,
and nobody
well,
will say anything.
If you export it all over the world to the point where that's just the normal way everyone sounds in movies and stuff, I guess. So
Yeah, well, except for Britain did export it, and then it
Yeah.
backfired on them because they got unpopular. Now everyone thinks they got a silly voice, you know?
well, yeah, you know.
Yep.
The problem
I'm sure
with the
everyone
UK
thought they had
is
a silly voice originally.
I mean, that's quite possible. But I mean, even London has like 60 of them in like one city and stuff. So you know, it's all strange.
Yep, they were all epic in Victorian times, all right?
Yeah.
They were all royal voices.
Mhm. But I guess if we've covered all these Batman shorts, I must ask, which one is your favorite one?
Well, probably the
I think
one.
the
with
first one is my favorite.
Oh. Yeah.
I
It's
guess
not
I like I guess I like the monk woman because I don't know, she had an interesting story, even though it was kind of lame how she would just not care when she gets hurt,
Yeah.
and then she's mad at Batman for saving her.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well, you know,
ungrateful.
it's yeah. It's good. I really like I think the last three are definitely my favorites. With the first one, yeah, being probably fourth favorite. But yeah, I just love Scarecrow because Scarecrow is so cool. And I was just so excited to see Scarecrow look really cool for once in one of these.
Wow,
Yeah.
the simple pleasures of Batman.
Yeah. See, someday they're gonna put Clayface in a movie, and I'm gonna be just as happy. Well, not slightly less. I love Clayface too, but he's not my favorite one. So.
Wow. Can't place the purple enough.
Yeah. I want them to do a Clayface Scarecrow team up movie, because they both kind of rely on like illusions and fakery and stuff, you know? That'd be neat.
I feel like that happened in a Spider-Man movie already.
Mysterio does similar things, but he does it through like VFX and drones in the fucking new one.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the drones are less fun than if he were doing literally like smoke and mirrors and stuff. But it works for that movie well enough. For the worst.
Drones have a lot of capabilities. They were able to attack too, right? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I just remember that being slightly. That's like the least interesting of the three MCU ones, I think. But it's it's still pretty fun. What's his name? Who plays him is pretty good.
Yeah, he was epic.
Yeah.
Definitely stole the show on that one.
Yeah, whatever his name was. I don't remember.
Yep, nobody will ever know.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Oh, Jesus, wow, okay, yeah, I should definitely remember that one.
Yeah, I mean, he was almost as good in Far From Home as he was when he played two of himself in the Villeneuve movie from 20 years ago or whatever. You know.
Yep.
I love movies.
Yeah, old movies especially, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything else we should talk about here for Batman Gotham Knight?
You think they should do more of these? Because I love these. I love these kinds of
like anthology movies and
animated anthologies. And,
damn you.
Yeah, anytime it's done by anime studios, I feel like it's just such a fun way of showing off how you can do different things with different animated styles and tell different kinds of stories. So I wish every franchise had something like this.
Yeah, it would be really cool. I mean, I want to say maybe there was a Marvel one sort of like this at some point. As far as like an animated movie, I'm not entirely sure. I know they've done Batman anime stuff since this. Like they've one of the Arkham the Arkham games have a movie that's anime, I think, and all sorts of stuff. So
What, an entire... Wow.
yeah, there's like I forgot what it's called, but it's in the Arkham verse and stuff.
Oh man, you better put that on the wheel. That sounds really good.
We got too much on the wheel, but I might have to put that on the wheel. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't see why they couldn't have just like written these out and connected them with a through line, you know, like really tell like coherent story. No, like.
Well, the point is to give these studios and their directors and stuff, to give them like a chance to tell their own Batman story, you know, and that's neat.
I mean, they'd still have that if they have some constraints, you know.
I don't know. I
More
feel
like a collab.
I think they do it well enough. I think it's pretty good.
I mean, you wouldn't prefer this over like a Spider-Verse or whatever.
Well, no, but this is like a direct-to-DVD kind of thing, you know.
Right.
Right. This is not theatrically released.
Yeah.
Well, they could still have done that, you know. Oh well.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt. But
Yeah,
I definitely prefer all the other things over this.
Yeah. Even 66. That's a bad
Which one
example
was
because
that?
that one was really good. The Adam West one. What's
Oh,
my
yeah, for
lowest
sure.
ranked
No,
Batman that we've
Well,
done here?
I meant like out of the cartoons, but
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
You like
I
this more
probably
than
would.
Killing Joke?
Oh yeah, I like Killing Joke better for sure.
Oh my god.
Killing Joke was actually pretty good. I don't know why everyone hates it that much. Okay, jeez.
Listen, because I've
I
read
mean-
the original, okay? And it
Yeah,
was
I know.
So much
I know
better.
it's not as good as the comic. Okay, whatever. It's still better than like most Batman media.
I don't know. I don't like any of the first like 40 minutes of it, especially. You know, I mean, we talked about this. So.
Yeah, we sure have. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is probably like the thing I would least rewatch and also least remember. And I already forgot the name every single time I hear the name, I forget it immediately.
Batman Gotham Knight.
Yeah, it
Just like
slips from
the-
my memory immediately. It's gone.
Yeah. just like the game that they made after Arkham Knight to try to is like the multiplayer. Was it even? I don't even remember if it was multiplayer. Some weird live service multiplayer Batman game they made, and they called it Gotham Knight to trick people into thinking it was a continuation of the Arkhamverse, even though it wasn't really. So.
I thought it was. Wow.
No, it's not. You play.
Not to be confused with that other one where they did that with the Nazis, where they also made an unpopular sequel with women in it. What was that?
Oh, Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
And they made the Wolfenstein spin-off thing, yeah. It doesn't help that they've
Exactly the
taken
same.
way too long to make an actual sequel to that one, you know. Although then they made an actual sequel to the Arkham games, and it was also just another like awful slop live service thing. So
yeah, it was confusing that way.
yeah. You posted a picture of the Scarecrow, and he is truly sick. I'm gonna put that up on screen. This Scarecrow.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. They got to bring him back and do him for real in Matt Reeves 1 Part 2 or something.
In the Matt Reeves movie.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
I think he'd do.
Well, that might not
fantastic
even be
Scarecrow.
happening. So.
Well,
Is
if
the
Matt
Penguin
Reeves can figure his shit
happening?
out. So.
Are they doing another Penguin or not? Is that
I
dead
don't
too?
know. I don't know.
I must know about the Penguin.
I hope they do more of that stuff. But it is weird because
So
it's
good.
not in the other cinematic universe that they're building at the same time. So that's always going to make it weird. But, yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Well, those are good movies. And speaking of, should we move to the Batman wheel?
Let's spin the wheel.
I guess you don't have time to put that thing you mentioned on it, but sure.
I can put it on real quick. It's
Put it on.
let me Google what it was.
Wow.
Movie.
I already forgot. It was an anime from the game.
It might not actually be anime. It might just be animated and done by a Japanese studio and give it a slightly anime style.
Is it?
But,
Is
I don't
it?
know.
Is it? Is it an Arkham Asylum thing?
Yeah, it's in the Arkham universe and stuff, but it's just a.
Is it like a
movie they
Suicide
made.
Squad thing?
It takes place in Arkham, and I think it's got like Deadshot and Harley Quinn and all
Epic.
these characters.
Yeah,
and
I
Amanda
think
Waller's in
it's
it,
one
yeah.
it's one of those where they just use Batman's name, but then it's like basically just a Suicide Squad thing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine. Whatever.
you know. And then it
Always
probably
fine
gets
with Suicide
contradicted by the
Squad.
Suicide Squad game that came out, but no one played that. So this is probably more well regarded. They can just say that this is the real canon Suicide
the real
Squad for that
canon.
universe.
The real canon is gonna be Peacemaker. Okay, that's the real shit.
Yeah,
I'll wait for that to come back.
yeah, that is coming back soon. I think we're not putting that on the wheel though, because I don't want to watch that show.
Wow.
And it's
I
not
mean,
even
I'm-
Batman, you know. At a certain
I'm
point,
watching it anyway, so you better put it on.
I was gonna say it's good, but it's
Oh.
not Batman. So
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe we could do it separately, but I don't know.
Well, it's basically Batman.
It's not Batman at all. It's other people.
Yeah, but it's in the Batman universe.
I don't buy it.
that's not what we're using as our.
Yeah. There's a
Fine.
universe that has well, we might as well do fucking Green Arrow show or something because Batman exists in that universe. Let's watch
mean,
8
might as well
seasons of
do-
Arrow.
Might as well do Pennyworth, the secret origin of Batman's butler or whatever. If the case.
That'd be more connect. Honestly, that actually does fit in with the rules because we do have like Suicide Squad movies on this and stuff. Oh, Peacemaker's in one of the Suicide Squad movies, so there we go. We'll do that.
Well, yeah, we will.
Yeah. Maybe
And
we'll
then
get
we'll
it this
see.
time on the wheel.
And then you'll see that you want more Peacemaker in your life.
I mean, that might be true. It might happen. But
You
here,
just
I got
want
the wheel
more
up.
John Cena slurping that Chinese ice cream, you know.
Bing chilling, yeah. Oh, no,
Ding
let's,
chilling.
yeah. Let's give this a spin. It's going. I should start screen sharing with you guys
All
when we
right.
do the spinning part.
What's on the wheel?
Exactly.
Yeah, I would like to be part of the wheel.
Oh,
No,
At
oh,
least.
it'd be the-
fuck,
be
What's on?
dude.
What is it?
We got the
cut.
Snyder cut, dude.
Whoa!
Hell yes.
4 hours
All
of
4
Zack
hours.
Snyder. Fuck, man. That's
And
like
you know
the
what?
worst
I'm gonna
one.
watch the black and white. I'm gonna watch the black and white version.
Yeah.
What? There's
Okay.
why? Why would that exist?
The 4 hour
Because he's.
4x3 black and white Justice League
Oh
movie.
my god!
Mm-hmm.
My god.
Justice is great. I actually own this on 4K, but I have to watch the HBO Max version to see it in black and white.
You got it on 4K. Is it that good? I thought.
I really like it. I might have to be fighting you during this.
I hate this cinematic universe as a whole. I remember hating the fucking Batman vs Superman like a lot, and I was like 13 when I saw it. So
I think if you see Batman vs Superman again, you'll see that it's good. But I think if you see the Snyder cut, you'll think it's terrible. So I'm looking forward to you joining my side in hating the Snyder cut. But we'll see.
I do remember pretty much including people who said that they hated Batman vs Superman, said that it was actually pretty solid compared to every other Snyderverse thing. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I guess that's probably just the Kino guys.
Well, yeah, but Red Letter Media, I think, said that in their review.
Wow, I did not expect that from them. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if it's any good. Got a very long.
I can't wait to see.
I guess we'll
Jared
see
Leto's
soon,
Joker.
Fucking. Well, that's all in the post credits, right? That barely counts. That's a fine.
Oh Jesus Christ! That post credit scene. Oh.
Yeah.
The post credits is so fucking bad. It's so clear that he was able to just get the actors, and it's like a lot of like CGI backdrops and.
Yeah. That's him fucking pushing his luck. Okay, he got this fucking like ability to like recut the movie and add new scenes and stuff, and he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna put a bit in here that teases it so my people keep bothering about this on Twitter forever. No good.
And then they saw how boring it was that nobody cared. Hell yeah.
I mean, I think it's overall a good thing for the world of art that a director is able to get their like movie made that they were kind of unceremoniously removed from and stuff. So,
well, I think
we'll talk about it on the episode. But he suffered a major loss.
I know, but they were using that as an excuse to get him off. I think anyway, because I
don't know. I think he would have gotten off anyways.
I mean, we don't know. So they could have been planning to fire him. Who knows?
I don't know why anyone would fire him. He pulls in the numbers, I guess, even though his art.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. The secret is that his movies make less and less money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they're on Netflix, so how would they make money?
Well, Batman vs Superman did not break $1 billion, which they were very upset. Like in a normal world, that wouldn't be a problem if you don't quite hit $1 billion, But like they were really set on that, and Civil War came out same year. They kind of made Civil War to match Batman vs Superman and like beat them to the punch on that, and then it made way more and did way better. So yeah, it's a whole thing. But
man, Civil War, what a crazy movie.
Yeah, let's put that on the wheel of Batman. Then
I'm down with that.
Avengers Civil War. I watched that too recently. We can't do that.
Why?
I watched it too recently. I don't want to rewatch it. I'm fine.
I mean, it probably won't come up for a year, anyways.
That's okay. We're not putting MCU movies on the Batman wheel. Okay.
Was it good?
Stop with this putting stuff on the wheel that doesn't belong on the wheel.
Yeah.
The inflation of the wheel.
The movies have to feature Batman or Batman like featured characters, like Harley Quinn or whatever. So there's like 3 movies that are only on here because Harley Quinn. I guess Suicide Squad has a lot of Batman villains, but it's mostly a Harley Quinn thing, I think. So they should do the Ayer cut. We can put that on here too.
Release the Ayer cut.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Did we ever review The People's Joker?
No, that's not an official. Listen, we're not putting on like unsanctioned fan films or whatever too. That would be terrible. And make this take forever. So we'd have to put on Be My Cat, which is Be My Cat is like a weird movie
by. What the fuck is that?
It's
Be
like
Cat.
It's a movie about a guy who's really obsessed with Anne Hathaway because she played Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises. And he becomes really obsessed with her, and then he starts like kidnapping women and torturing them in his basement, and putting them in Catwoman costumes.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's like a found footage thing where he's like talking to his camera and being like, "Oh, Anne, come make a movie with me," and it's like a strange Romanian guy who like directed and wrote it and stuff.
That is so insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can say that we should not review that.
Yeah, well,
Blows my
now that I'm
mind.
describing it, I guess maybe we should put this one on specifically.
I mean, clearly.
Sure. I'll put on Be My Cat as well, okay?
Stack the wheel.
Yeah, sure. Fuck,
I'm not gonna watch that. You guys can watch it and talk about it. I refuse.
you don't want to? It's great. It's very short compared to the Snyder Cut.
It sounds
Well,
insane.
well, that's perfect.
It is,
Then
it's perfect.
We'll do it as an extra to
Sure, we can
and then
do it
English
as a
doesn't have
bonus
to watch
maybe. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll spin the wheel twice if we land on it, and then we'll do that as a bonus or something. Sure.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yeah. Or we can pair it up with the actual Catwoman movie or something.
Oh yeah, that would be good too.
Yeah. Oh man.
That movie was so sexy.
Oh, was it, Florian?
Well,
That movie was sexy.
I actually don't know. I just saw the poster and it was really very important in my childhood. Okay.
Yeah, a formative experience.
Exactly.
I can't find the poster for Be My Cat that I just downloaded. Oh well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't beat the general search results for cats. Damn.
Yeah. But that'll be very funny, I guess, a movie to land on, even if it's barely Batman. It's just some unhinged indie horror thing.
Indeed.
It's Batman adjacent. It's as Batman related as Bat Kid Begins. So I'm very excited for when we land on that.
Yeah, definitely.
But that'll be the Colonel Bat cast. Thank you guys for watching.
It's so funny. We were just talking about Catwoman, and my cat is really wants to be pet right now. She's walking back and forth, and oh man,
you gotta
Well,
pet
what
that
a
cat.
good kitty cat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Be my cat.
Yeah, tell her to be your cat.
Yeah, force it to do things in your basement. I don't know.
I would never. Actually, I am in the basement right now, and I am.
Wow. You've already got
You
your own
are
cat
my
in the
cat.
basement, yeah. Jesus.
You are actually a serial killer all along. Damn. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
The cat's actually a real person.
mhm.
Just kidnapped.
And transformed by the magic of cinema.
But does she turn into a real cat in the end?
I don't think so. But maybe we'll have to watch and see.
That would be amazing. What a twist.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.
Oh hey,
Bye-bye.
I finally uploaded something again
yeah.
on anti-review.
Yeah, we got the plugs,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I
check
did
out the
another
anti-reviews.
another pointless, stupid rant about Elon Musk and Trump.
Hell yeah.
This one didn't even get views, so I don't even know.
Well, it happens, you release a video and it doesn't do well, but yeah.
I really gotta tell her to make better thumbnails that get the attention.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, that's something to work on. And what do you have to plug today as well?
Yeah, you can find me on Letterboxd for 1138, where I'm watching all the Disney movies. And this week I watched Coco and Incredibles 2, and both pretty good movies, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, not incredible. Well, I guess Incredibles 2 was crazy because they just did the same arc again as the first time, right?
Yeah, but for Mrs. Incredible rather than Mr. Incredible. So.
I guess there was a guy who had acid reflux and he spit lava. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes.
yes
How
indeed.
relatable.
Yeah. Speaking of fucking Letterboxd, though, I got fucked on our competition here that we're doing to watch the most movies. Because I
Not really. How
reviewed-
so?
I reviewed all the David Firth shorts. He did Salad Fingers and stuff. I reviewed all his. He had like 20
Yeah.
of them up on here. They took half of them
Right.
down, and he's down to 11 now.
No.
Letterboxd.
Oh my
Yeah, and
god.
it cut 10 off of my
God.
fucking score, so I had to go watch other stuff more.
Yep, your cheats have been exposed.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll narrow it
Mhm.
down some more for you.
They
Who
might.
knows?
Fucking some of these are not safe. I don't think the Milkman music video is not safe on this. I think it's at risk of being taken down anytime.
Yeah, very risky.
Yeah. But that was tragic. But I watched a couple. I started watching more movies, and I watched a couple Disney shorts and stuff as well, because I got Disney Plus and they got random Pixar stuff on there, so that's fun. Yeah. But anyway, thank you all for watching our Batman podcast, and we'll see you some other time. Goodbye.
All right, bye.
Total Recall.